Okay, so we're going to need a little crosshead screwdriver. You're also going to need something flat to pry under this part of the dashboard here. I'm personally lazy, so I'm using the screwdriver. So this just pops out. Left hand side first, and then the rest of the trim comes out from behind it. So just pop that off. There we go. Right, now we've got two screws either side of the head unit, just here and here. I'll quickly take them out. Okay, right, now just carefully slide the head unit out. There's a connector on top you're going to have to lift it hard, then the whole thing will pop out. That's it, that's your head unit out, all done. Right, so next stage of the video, what we're going to do is going to lay a cable from the back of the head unit here. You'll have a little connection here for your CD multi-changer. Then we're going to take that out, a little tiny blue bar just here. You just pop that out, slides out, your cable for the CD changer then pops out of the back. Now that's it. So basically you want two holes here. The cable that did connect to your head unit for the CD changer, you want to tuck right to the far back of the dashboard, just so it's out of the way, because you're not going to be using that from now on. Okay. Right, now what we've got to do is we've got to take out this centre part of the console here. This, I guess on everyone's car, be an ashtray. This here will just be a little cubby hole, which eventually will have your USB cable in. And what we're going to do is going to lay the cable from here, going through the back of the head unit all the way down there, around the back of the climate control, around the back of this, through here, and then somehow, not somehow, but fiddly, through the centre console here. Now it's going to come out, and it's going to come out right here. If this is where you want it to come out, what I've done is I've provided you a long enough cable for it to come out there. So I've already got mine in place, but obviously I'm going to show you anyway. So this whole unit here, you just open up and just give it a little tug. There we go. That whole thing just comes straight out. Now I've got an auto. Pretty sure the manual's going to be very, very similar, so don't worry too much. Just lift it up the gator. There we go. So we've got two screws. One here, one here. Quickly take those out, and I'll be back. Okay, so we've got the two screws out either side of the back of the gator. Now what I've done is I've actually disconnected. There's a couple of plugs just there. So the white and the reddy beigey manky colour one, and also this little slide connector here. They will just pop off the bottom there. So just to make it a little bit easier for myself, it means I can get the gator up out of the way. Now what we do is lift the back first, and then it just pops straight out. Now you're going to have a couple of connectors underneath going to your electric windows. Once again, you can take them out, you don't have to. Personally, I'm not going to. I'm just going to put my car in neutral so I can take it back. And that's that. Right, so now pop your ashtray out. That comes out of the way. And you will find another two screws. There. Okay. So we pop those out, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so just to make things easier for the video, and I've actually removed the surround of the electric windows, like I said before. Little clip-on plug on one side, there's a little plug on the other side. That just takes the surround out of the way. Okay, very, very simple. Nothing special about that whatsoever. So you remove your two front screws, and at the back, let's see if we can get this. You can have another screw either side. At the back there and there. Okay, so quickly take these out. One. There we go. Right. Now, this can simply lift up a little bit. That's just going to give you the easiness, much easier to get the cables from underneath there. You see, I've got my cable going around the left-hand side here. goes up the back, but also now, because I've loosened that, means I can get my hands down there, whereas before you needed a hand like Jeremy Beadle to get to it. So, next stage. You've got your cable. Where are we? Where's my cable gone? So all I've done, so basically you start off with, let me grab one of these cables, which I guess one of you is going to be buying. So you've got your cable right here. Now, this is the end here, you're going to be connecting to your head unit. I will show you quickly which way you're going to want to connect that. Now, on the back of the head unit, you have a couple of pins. You've got your main socket. Let's see if I can get hold of this, because this is awkward. Your main power socket here, so we're not going to do anything with that. Ignore this side here, this is just nothing at all for this model head unit. The left hand side here is where your CD player would normally plug into. I'm still having a problem with this, there we go. Now, your CD changer would normally run off the left 4 pins. Now, this little cable I've given you, you've got a red, which is your positive, and a grey or some other random colour, but I'll always have the red at the top, in the top 4 pins. So, like so, that just slots straight on there. So, you've got 4 pins connected, the top are always red, and they go to the far, far left. So, the left 2 pins and the pins next to them will be occupied. So what you want to do is get this cable going through the left hand side hole. Okay. So now what we do is we grow a third arm. We don't, so I'm going to have to put the camera down for 2 seconds. So what I recommend you do is basically connect the cable to the back of the head unit through the hole. Okay. And then what you want to do, I'm going to put the camera down again, is basically run the plug along the cable. Oh, bit of glare. So you've got your plug going in the back there. You now connect your big plug up again. So all you do is give it a massive heave on top, and that'll be connected. So all I've done is push the top down, and that's it. It's now secure. That's it. It's done. That is your cable now done. Obviously you need to make it a bit prettier, but that gives you an idea. So now what we're going to do, now your cable's all connected at the top there, is you're going to get your 30 pin end, which is your Apple connector there. And what you want to do is run that down the left hand side, the back of the head unit, just down here. Let's turn the light on quickly. So just going to go down the left hand side here, and you'll be able to feel a hole, and you'll be able to put your hands down just there. See if we can see it. Just there. The cable will come out where the white cables are there. So all you're going to do then is run the cable down underneath the ashtray, around the back of your gear gator. Now we're in the centre console section. So what you're going to have to do here, probably the fiddliest part of the job, this really is not hard at all, is pull the gator, there we go, little clip up, so, and pull it up. So that's just going to give you a little bit of movement there. Now, if you lift this, you'll be able to slide your 30 pin connector right underneath. And what you want to do is basically fish round under here until it comes out, and run it along here, all the way down the back, until you get to underneath there. Now this also lifts at the back. He says, not being able to lift it obviously. Where's the front? Oh, there we go. So lift the front, it'll pop up. So your cable's going to come out. You see it just here, just there. And all I've done is I've taken a tiny little notch. Fair enough, not cleanly, quite ugly actually, so I'm going to have to work on that. Just take it straight out of there. Okay. So then that's it really. So all I'm suggesting now is you do is you've got your head unit connected. Whilst it's out, still not back together, test it for God's sake. Just make sure it's 100%. Make sure you got the right pins. So connect it up, give it a little test. So all you're going to be doing is you will have your radio. We don't want that. You're going to want your CD changer, because the CD changer will actually still play. It just won't give you any audio from the CD player. So all you do then is you connect your lovely little 30-pin up to your iPod or your iPhone or your iTouch or whatever, iPad if you really wanted to. And whilst it's playing music from your CD changer, you'll actually be playing it through this. That's it, simple as that. So test it out, make sure it works, don't be stupid, turn your volume up, make sure it works. And that's it really. I mean, you get any problems, you can always message us. We're always, unfortunately, reachable nowadays with iPhones, so you just give a message, any problems, we'll resolve it. Just a quick vid, just to give you a bit more of an idea on the route, just so you know. Right, so here's your cable. That, like I said before, is obviously going to go through the bottom left-hand side, this one here, which is your right, but my left when you put it on the head unit. So, the white cable goes right to the very back. I've taken the climate controller just so you can see. Basically runs down the back, underneath the ashtray, comes out there. What you do is you lift your centre console up, this whole metal bit here, you obviously take the screws out, lifts up, and the cable will actually pass between the leather and the console. You keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. Eventually, you'll see it pop out here, and then you thread it round the back and up and out. That simple. Okay. Right. So back on the big camera again. Let's give it a quick demo, like I showed you before. I know I didn't show you properly before, so I thought I'd best show you quickly. So, you've got your iPhone, your iPod, whatever you want. I mean, this is a 4S, so I'm going to show you it work on the 4S. Plug your 30 cable straight in the bottom. Turn your head unit on. Like I said before, you're going to want your CD changer with a CD in there, so it's running, and just leave it playing. It won't make any odds. As you can see, it's not playing anything whatsoever. No noise coming from the CD changer. If I go into my iPod quickly, play. What you will see is it makes no odds what track I have the CD changer on. It'll only play music from the iPhone. So it really doesn't matter what track it thinks it's playing. It could be playing CD5, track 3. Whatever audio is coming from your iPhone or your iPod, that's what's going to be going through your head unit. It's simple as that. I think that's going to finish the video, folks. Now, what you've got to do now is just make sure your cable's all where it needs to be. Slowly put your, just be careful, don't go stupid. Just put your head unit back in very, very gently. 2 screws either side, and then you're going to want to start putting your centre console back together. Like I said, now you're looking at probably 6 or 8 screws, depending how much you want to take apart. It really is a very, very simple. It may look daunting, but it's not. It's a very, very simple process. Like I said before, you get any problems, you send us a message.
It is my pleasure to welcome.
So, CD changes on. Doesn't matter what track it's on. All you got to do is play some music. Simple as that.